If you're a watch collector like me, you're particular, demanding, and impossible to please. No watch is perfect, and our list of complaints is endless. If only it didn't have a date. Why doesn't the seconds hand hack? Only 4 tourbillons? But sometimes a brand listens to its customers and makes a watch that checks more boxes than can reasonably be expected. I think that's the case with the Vacheron Constantin Overseas 4500V. The 4500V is the third generation of modern Overseas and was announced at SIHH 2016. It was a hit amongst collectors, but I don't think it was, or even still is, fully appreciated. And that's saying a lot for a watch from the legendary manufacturer of Vacheron Constantin. Let's start from the inside. This is the first time a 3-hand Overseas is powered by a fully in-house movement. The caliber 5100 beats at 4 Hz or 8 beats per second. It's made of 172 parts and features the Geneva seal, showing off that it's of a higher standard of movement. And it's definitely showing off through this display case back, which is another first for the Overseas line. And undoubtedly the most visual part of the movement is this beautiful 22 karat gold rotor, which is designed in the style of a compass, fitting the adventurous theme of the Overseas line. Moving outwards, we can see that the watch is anti-magnetic, which used to be a rarity in watches with sapphire backs. We also see that the Overseas is water resistant to 150 meters, meaning that if you've got the nerve, you can actually treat this as a sports watch. The case also features the Geneva seal, which at this point is just showing off. And it's one hell of a case. The dimensions are 41 millimeters in diameter and about 11 millimeters tall. I don't have time to go over every lovely detail, so I'll just tell you that my favorite part of the case are these polished bezels that run along the lugs. They taper elegantly and stylistically match the bracelet. And whoa, this bracelet. Integrating the Vacheron logo, the Maltese cross, into the links is inspired. And there are those polished and tapering bezels, just like on the case. Each link is hand-finished by immortal, silk-robed elves in the mystical city of Rivendell. Okay, not really, but they are hand-finished, and each link is removable, which is the first time I've seen that on a bracelet and makes me wish it was more common. But if removing any of the links still doesn't get you the right fit, you can use the hidden micro adjustments near the clasp. Just pull hard enough and you'll find an extra few millimeters of length. Very useful for transitioning between the summer sun and air-conditioned offices. And if you're not a bracelet person, or you like to mix things up like I do, the Overseas comes with a rubber strap and a leather strap. And you don't need a spring bar tool and the hands of a brain surgeon. The 4500V features a quick change strap system and makes swapping straps fun instead of terrifying. This being the blue dial Overseas, it comes with blue rubber and blue leather and a very nice deployant clasp with that same Maltese cross motif. That same Maltese cross can be found again as a design element of the polished bezel, which frames one of the most interesting dials I've seen out of Switzerland. It's more than glossy blue. It has depth, layers somehow. It's a great match for the impeccably polished hands, markers, and date window. On my 7 1/8 wrist, the Overseas is a very good fit. I do wish it were more like a 39mm watch instead of a 41mm, but I'm probably in the minority. The Overseas wears like its measurements indicate. I think it wears like a modern 40mm Rolex sport watch, like this GMT. Okay, let me see if I can recap all of the features packed into this Vacheron Constantin Overseas. An in-house movement with a Geneva seal, surrounded by an anti-magnetic 150-meter water-resistant case. A display back, showing off an intricately decorated 22-karat gold rotor. A very wearable 41 by 11mm case, with all the details and finishing you'd expect in a watch of this price. A hand-finished bracelet, whose design perfectly matches the case and which has a micro-adjustment feature which requires no tools. A quick change strap system that allows you to swap metal for leather, for rubber, all of which is included with the watch. A dial as deep as the sea, a quick set date, mirror polished hands and markers, and oh yeah, you can actually buy this watch at retail with little to no wait time. For now. I think this Vacheron Constantin Overseas is what happens when a brand listens and responds to the market. This watch checks a lot of boxes that many of us collectors have. Sure, we can always find something we don't like about it or any other watch. But there does exist a perfect watch, and it's whatever watch you see on your wrist that makes you smile. In that moment, you're wearing a perfect watch. Wow, we made it through an entire Overseas review without mentioning the Royal Oak or the Nautilus. Wait,